Thank you so much, folks, and for all those who have appreciated my videos, liked my videos, and for all those lovely comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And precisely the motivation brings me back here. And the topic for today, for this video, will be let's be real. And let's not really have this urge to be perfect. All of us want to be perfect, I agree. So basically we all have made a self image within ourselves wherein we all want to be loved by our own selves. So basically, so there are two aspects to this. In one way, we love ourselves the most, so that is where there is a selfishness that comes into the picture. And there is this another side of ours which is our own critic, which criticizes ourselves. So in a way, we can self pity and we can self criticize. Both the things happen simultaneously. But most of the times, what bring people's confidence levels down is when they are more into self criticism mode, and what makes people do things that they are not supposed to do, or which they themselves might not like in future, is because they are more into the self pity mode. So none of it in excess is good, but we end up choosing one, unfortunately. So it's a little dicey thing, it's a little complicated thing, but if we are a little aware of where we are going, which direction are we going, we probably might be able to save ourselves from drifting from the straight path. So most of us do it. I mean, it's not that it's something unnatural or it's abnormal. No, it's a very normal thing. But I'm just here trying to maybe explain or just focus your attention towards things that happen when you are not into when you're too much into self criticism, and when you have formed a picture in your head about being that perfect you. And being that perfect you, what happens, you actually try making cloning yourself into another human being that probably you are not. So you are trying to picture yourself, you're trying to tell people that you are this perfect person, and so you're going to be talking all ideal stuff, you're going to be only in public, you're going to making all ideal choices. So what is again ideal? I mean, it's a very subjective matter, but you basically go with the conformity. So if it is socially acceptable, it is ideal. If it is not acceptable, it is not ideal. Of course, deep within, you are a different person who probably likes to rebel, who probably likes to do adventures, who probably likes to do things that are not socially acceptable too. But you don't want to do it when people are around you. You probably choose not to do it. Of course, I'm not encouraging you to do a lot of those things that we do in private. But what I'm trying to really explain is that when it comes to our general behavior, when it comes to we giving an introduction of ours to people around us, while we make friends, while we make relationships, I think we are just coming up with a very different person than what we really are. And why? Only because you are afraid of rejection, and second is you want them to be in all high appreciation of you, and you want them to feel that okay, you are one of those perfect ones that they have come across in their lives. And it's really not essential, trust me, because it's not important. It might be important to us, to an extent, or to what people think of us, but not as important as what you think about yourself. So being real is not that you go start abusing people on their faces, or just start roaming about in indecent way and talk all that comes into your head. No, it's not that you keep insulting people on their faces, you show people their flaws on their faces. No, nothing of that sort. I mean, being real is just not does not mean putting other people down. Being real does not mean showing a behavior that is causing problems in the environment, that is causing problems in the society. No, absolutely not. Being real is just being that normal you. And that normal you is a very simple person, very very simple person. I mean, that person is just not craving for anything that is not they are born with. So basically, just get to know what your real nature is like. Just get to know what your real personality is like. Most of us are not even aware of what exactly you want in life. They are not even aware of what exactly are they seeking in life. They are only running behind something that is giving them very temporary pleasure and giving them this temporary high of being so and so in the society. So basically, like it's a very simple example. So when you come across someone asking you how are you, and if that person is real, that person is going to wait, is going to listen to your answer. So when I say how are you, there are some people who don't want to open up, might say, oh, I'm just fine, thank you, I hope you're doing fine too, and the conversation ends. But someone who actually wants to open up to you, and that how are you maybe has given someone a very good chance to speak up, to vent out all that that person is going through, and that person might really want to share and will start sharing a lot about themselves, which probably you might not be interested in if you have asked that how are you formality's sake. But if it was real you, then you would have probably waited, you would have really waited, and you would have asked that person, okay, I'm there, and you would have waited for that person to complete. If even if you've not felt empathized for that person, you would have at least let that person talk. So next time, you see a lot of people going, oh, I hope, how are you, you're good. You just don't even wait for the other person to answer. You just say, hi, how are you, and you just walk off. So now that's not being real. And most of us have learned this off lately. We have learned so many mannerisms that we fake it all the time, that we just say it all the time, and we mean nothing out of it, like just nothing out of it. And that's in fact rude. I think in spite of all the manners, you come out as a very rude person, because the person you are actually interacting with, that formality has really not hit that person in the right way. The person has actually come to an understanding that, okay, you just said it because you have learned it, you've just said it because you are conditioned to behave in that manner, but you don't really mean to be good. So here, the real person in you is always going to feel something for the other person, and let that feeling be out. You are not a fool if you do that. You are not showing your vulnerability if you do that. In fact, even when you give someone that listening ear, even if you just happen to be a good listener for someone without even helping that person a bit, you have no idea, you have really done your bit for that person, and that person has really felt so calmer within themselves. So that's being real. Okay, just don't ask how are you and walk off. Secondly, it is not that when I'm saying don't run behind perfection, I don't mean to say that you don't have to really try to bring out your potential. We all need to work to bring our potential out, but that's not perfection. That's just making you like yourself a little better. So here, when it comes to real, the real person always likes that self of yours which you have created or which you are. But moment you get into perfection and create that another fake self of yours, there is going to be a serious conflict within you, because now you have created two people in you. The one real you who has now lost its identity and lost its importance, because that fake you is gaining so much of importance in public. So you have really lost that real you, but ultimately it is that real you who has captured you. So that is the one who is constantly in pain. This is constantly longing, it's constantly waiting, it's crying, it's suffocated, it's claustrophobic, because it wants to really let go of that fake image and just come out and tell people, boss, this is what I am. But you're not. That fake image becomes so stronger over the period of time that it does not let the real image, the real you, come out. And then people lose confidence in bringing that real you come out. Trust me, the real you in each one of us is a beautiful person, is an amazing individual, is an amazing human being. All you have to do is just have that confidence in making that real you come out and be the one you are. So basically, you have to be the one that you respect yourself. So when you are real, that real you is not going to let you do something that the fake one is going to let you do. The fake one, under the impression that it is just temporary, it keeps giving you this. Say for example, if I want someone to come and booze with me, or someone to come and have experiment drugs with me. So I will maybe just call out that person, the person who's like really not interested in it, getting intoxicated and losing his or her calm. I'll just pull out that person and say, एक बार यार, just once, just do it. Okay, now the euphoria and the euphoric effect that the other person will have after getting intoxicated will be so good, naturally, because the person's forgetting the pain, the struggle that the individual is going through temporary. And this is how it gets becoming into a addiction, or in getting into something that he or she never wanted to do. And what happens later when that person is in the same condition, he or she wouldn't like themselves because they have actually started becoming victim to a substance which they wouldn't otherwise. So your real self is never going to let you do things for which it will not respect themselves, but the fake self is always going to push you to do things that you might not respect yourself for. So I hope I'm able to explain it well. This can really go on for hours because I can give lots of examples, but then the talk is going to get really boring. So I don't want to stretch it. All I can say is you keep growing. There is this real self of yours which has great potential to grow, not only as a human being, but in whichever field that you are. Just be real. In fact, if you're as a professional also, if you be real, if you just stick to what you believe in, trust me, you can not only gain your professional high, but with a lot of respect, not only coming from people outside, but for you as an individual also. You're going to respect, you're going to love your work because you're not faking yourself when you're doing that work. So even certain professions which not encourage being real and being honest, but even there, if you practice honesty, see, people understand honesty, people identify honesty, and they are attracted to honesty. It has its very individual sex appeal. I have been telling this in lots of my picture work, in a lot of my one line verses that I create. So I really mean when I say that, honesty has its own appeal. And trust me, that real you is the most beautiful person you have ever come across. So just try being real and let me know if it has created a magic in you. Thank you so much.